Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome at the press conference after the last tournament of OKTAGON of this year. It was super exciting, and in the first part of press conference, on my left side, Eva Durte, Stefano Paterno, Daniel Škvor, and on my right side, Martin Zavada, Jon Surdu, Karol Lishavi, and Radek Roušal. Let me remind that main language of press conference is English. Now it's time for a question from journalists. Thank you.
Hello, Kamil Schreiber, Max MMA. First question for Martin Zavada. Congratulations on the great career. It was very emotional retirement. Were you decided before the fight, or was it spontaneous moment?
First of all, thank you very much, everybody in this room, Praga, OKTAGON, for the last 2 years I spent here. This decision was before the fight, make with my family, and it was a great moment. Everybody see it. It was very emotional for me because I make this sport. You know, I train MMA since 23 years. I'm fighting since 20 years, and it was great fight with Daniel. Great war. Respectful guy. It was from the beginning to the end respect. We are two warriors, and I think the winner is the public. And I also thank the public, Chechen, for this walkout I became, okay, for the applause, and it was very great. I will never forget this in my life, okay? Thank you very much, and now it's time for the new generation. Jonas.
One question more for you. What are your next plans in the retirement?
First I go to my two childs, to my wife, and go vacation, and then I help my brother to prepare for the next fights. He's 7 years younger, to come back, and we will see. I hope maybe in OKTAGON Germany. For Germany, I can work with OKTAGON some projects. We will see in the future. I have great contact with the guys, you know, Pavel, Andre, also the German guys. They like me because I'm a normal guy, you know. I work. This is my hobby, you know. I never fight for money. I think you saw it also by the end of my career, that it was very, very hard for me to step. And I hope I can stay in MMA for the for long years, okay?
You had a great career. Which moment is the best for you?
Yeah, I have a lot of great moments, you know. I win a fight with 6 seconds knockout. I fight tournaments. I beat Thiago Silva. And this, also with Stefan Pütz, this fight, it built up MMA Germany. And also this today was one of my biggest moments, because, you know, I feel I'm old guy. I'm 40 years old. You know, I'm not 20 anymore, and I feel it in the fight. I do the best what I can today, and it was great because it was a war. It was a great fight, and it was I want to win. My goal was the 30. You know, 30 win official, but I don't touch it. You know, but in the whole career, I never step away for any challenge. I never look for easy opponent, so I can look in the window, you know, look in the not window, look in the mirror, and I can be proud, you know, proud what I've done for MMA in Germany and Europe.
Thank you, Stefano. You signed one-match contract with OKTAGON because there was a promise that after winning you'll go to the UFC, but in the cage you challenged the winner of the game changer, who is Bojan. Can you make clear how your future will look like?
I actually, I'm willing to fight anyone. That's why I say that, because I am the top. So my goal is to go to reach the top of this sport. So I'm willing to fight anyone, and that's why I said that. But right now I don't know what I'm going to do next, because of course I will have to speak with my manager and my team, and we will see.
Thank you. One question for Radek Rošal. What the fight and the performance? You were all over Parker, but he just didn't give you up. Were you surprised how tough he was?
Čau, já vás zdravím. No, překvapený jsem byl, nečekal jsem, že to ustojí, takový rány. Takže, ale vyhrál jsem a to se počítá, takže tak.
Yes, I was surprised at the beginning, but I came out on top in the end and I won, and that's what counts.
Last question from me for Karol Rysavy. First fight for you in a different weight than lightweight. It was something like middle step in catch weight in 68 kilos. How did you feel, and what should we expect from you in featherweight?
Tak bol to môj prvý zápas v ľahkej váhe, aj keď to bolo nakoniec catchweight, keďže sa mi zmenil súper. Ale aspoň som si to vyskúšal, aj tú celú dietu som prešiel, takže to nebude žiadny problém a myslím si, že táto váha mi bude pasovať o niečo viac. A dôvod bol ten, že som zmenil váhu, lebo do tej 70-ky som vlastne už málo chudol. A tí moji súperi, keď aj podrazili alebo niečo, tak bola tam tá fyzická nevýhoda, no a v tejto váhe práve ja by som mal mať tú fyzickú výhodu a to bol ten krok a myslím si, že veľmi správny a ciele sú tie najvyššie.
So the question was, you changed weight and the reasons why you did that. The answer was yes. Basically, for this match, I was already preparing for lightweight, even though it was catchweight in the end. The reason I decided to change the category was that in the 70 category I was cutting too little weight, which was giving me a disadvantage. So now it's much better for me, and I think it's going to get me to higher positions in the future.
Julian, MOM. First of all, congratulations to your fight, Eva. But now you have your next fight in 6 months against Katarina Dalista, the champion. Is it a problem for you to fight in 6 weeks?
Ok, alors je vais interpréter. félicitations. Mais tu vas avoir ton combat avec Dalisda dans 6 mois. Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Comment vas-tu te préparer?
Tout d'abord, merci. Et dans 6 semaines, non, je le savais que si je le gagnais ce combat, je recombattais dans 6 semaines. Donc non, il n'y a aucun problème, je suis prête et j'étais prête à ça. Le but là, c'était vraiment de gagner ce combat parce que j'ai une très très belle revanche à prendre contre Dalisda.
Takže děkuji za gratulace. Děkuji za gratulace. Já jsem připravená na svůj zápas s Dalisdou. Můj cíl dnes byl vyhrát právě tento zápas, ale na zápas s Dalisdou jsem připravená.
So fighting in just 6 weeks against Dalisda is no problem for me. I was ready for this fight and I will be ready for the next fight.
You fought against Dalisda in the past and you lose. What can you do better in the next fight?
Donc tu as déjà combattu avec Dalisda dans le passé, mais tu as perdu. Alors qu'est-ce que tu vas améliorer?
En fait, contre Dalisda, le combat que j'ai fait avec elle, le dernier, pour moi c'est le pire de ma carrière parce que j'étais pas du tout dedans. J'ai pas réussi à montrer ce que je sais faire. Donc là, je vais montrer vraiment à tout le monde, vraiment de ce que je suis capable et surtout à elle.
Tedy můj poslední zápas s Dalisdou mohu říct, že byl to nejhorší zápas mé kariéry. Opravdu jsem ten zápas necítila a nemohla jsem ukázat, co je ve mně, ale nyní věřím, že to ukážu.
So the last fight against Dalisda was the worst moment of my career. At that time, I didn't feel that I was performing to the best of my ability, but this time I feel I will.
Marian Schuster, Deník Sport, eSport.cz. Question for Jon Surdu. Sadly, didn't come to winning today, but what are your plans now? How do you feel after the fight, after the finish, and how do you feel you fit in the title picture now after win?
Hello. You know, I'm sad, of course, that I lost the fight. It was in my game plan, you know, to do that. But about next step, about the title shot, I don't know. We will stay with my team, with my guys. We were talking with the matchmakers, but this fight didn't have nothing with the ranking. So I think I'm next on the line, and we will see what happens. If not, I'm ready to do one extra fight, and I will show that I'm next on the line, and for sure in next year it will be my year.
Thank you. Question for Danskor. It has been a really tough fight for you, both of you legends. How was it to land your best shots at the guy and he's still standing and not falling down? Was it frustrating by any means?
Tak souboj nebyl frustrující, ale byl opravdu tvrdý a soupeř vydržel strašný nesmysly za tu moji první kariéru, co mám vlastně v tajském boxu, v kickboxu. Tak jsem neměl snad oponenta, kterýho bych porazil a snesl takovýhle prostě čistý údery. Takže to už pak frustrující samozřejmě bylo trošku, že furt držel, i když jsem do toho dal opravdu všechno. A párkrát mě i velmi tvrdě v té přestřelce vlastně kontroval, kde jsem se tam párkrát opravdu zamotal. Takže musím uznat a vyjádřit velký respekt soupeři a myslím si, že ten zápas přinesl přesně to, co jsme od toho oba dva čekali, nehledě na výsledek.
You've mentioned
I wasn't frustrated by the match itself, but I have to say the opponent was incredibly tough and he withstood the hardest strikes I landed clean on his head, which in the end turned out a little bit frustrating to be true.
You've mentioned the name of Mark Dusis. You have a name in your mind, but when will this fight happen?
Tak tohle necháme asi na organizátory, o tom nejsem já schopný rozhodovat. Určitě, jakmile dám se zase dokupy nějaký věci, zdravotní, jako vždycky, tak budu ready dál, takže já si myslím, že zase nějaký prostě jaro budu ready zápasit.
Thanks.
We'll see, and we'll let the promoters decide when the next fight comes up for me. But as soon as I recover, I'm ready to fight. That might be come spring.
Bartu Shortýsa, budu pokračovat s Danem ještě. Dusis poslední zápas prohrál, pořád je to pro tebe jméno, který chceš v dalším zápase?
Tak Dusis mě provokoval osobně spíš, vysmíval se mý zemi, což chápu, ale nicméně já už jsem taky veterán bojových sportů, už mám jednu kariéru za sebou a nepotřebuji vlastně poslouchat tady ty věci v úvozovkách od Hobíka, který sice je super wrestler, je to zemař, ale prostě si myslím, že to, co mám za sebou, tak už nějaký respekt a úctu mít můžu. Už jsem v jedné kariéře něco dokázal, byť to nebylo MMA, a tak jsem zvědavý, jak si s tím, jaký ten ground game mi předvede on.
The question was that Ducis lost his last match and whether Skvor is still ready to fight him. The answer was yes. He provoked me a little bit. He was laughing at my country, but he said, I'm a veteran, so I can handle this stuff, and I don't really worry about it, and I also deserve respect. Ducis is a great grappler, so let's see what he's got for me.
Radko, já přijdu na tebe, vlastně dneska jsme měli poprvé otevření bodování a ten váš zápas šel do třetího kola za stavu 1-1. Bylo to něco, co jsi vnímal, že to je vyrovnaný stav, nebo vůbec jako nepřipouštěl jsi to nějakým způsobem?
Ne, vůbec jsem nevnímal, ale viděl jsem, že asi prohrávám, protože vlastně měl jsem ho pořád v zádech, přitáčel jsem se mu, zkoušel jsem tam odpočívat, nechat si nějakou sílu, abych prostě na závěr kola udělal ten závěr, stál mu, ale nějak mi to nešlo to druhé kolo, tak jsem si říkal v hlavě, říkám počkám na třetí a tam to rozbalím, protože si myslím, že jsem takový trochu diesel. A v tom třetím kole prostě jsem mu stoupil, nebo přitočil jsem se nějak a prostě držel jsem to v postoji a tam jsem dominoval, no. Sázel jsem prostě na jednu kartu a to byly ty ruce. A vyšlo to naštěstí, takže tak, ale co sneslo, to bylo dobrý, no. Děkuju.
So the question was, today was the first time Octagon introduced open scoring. You went into the third round seeing that the score was 1-1. The answer was, I didn't really worry about this. I knew that during the second round, I might have lost the second round. So going into the third round, I knew I had to get my stuff together and really power through. And in the end, I dominated in the third round in the striking, even though my opponent really withstood a lot of striking.
Ještě na Karola. Karole, to by se zase změnil soupeř na poslední chvíli. Měl jsi třeba nějakou myšlenku, jako ten zápas nevzít, protože třeba s Vladem Lengálem se ta změna na poslední chvíli nevyplatila, tak jestli ti blesklo hlavou, že třeba jako zápasit nebudeš?
Tak táto myšlienka mi vôbec hlavou neišla. Samozrejme tam boli tie myšlienky, že presne na poslednú chvíľu, keď sa mi to zmenilo, tak som bol za to potrestaný a zranený, ale bohužiaľ robíme šport, aký robíme a to zranenie čaká na každom kúsku, hlavne v tej príprave. A kľudne sa môže stať to, čo sa mi stalo, ale len išlo o to, aby som si nastavil hlavu vlastne na druhého súpera a príprava pokračovala ďalej a ono už tam vlastne len sa tá váha, dávala sa pozor na tú dietu, ale som veľmi vďačný súperovi vlastne, že zobral zápas na poslednú chvíľu a tým pádom som neprišiel o zápas, lebo to by ma viacej mrzelo, kebyže celú tú drinu a celú tú cestu kvôli tomu vlastne neviem ukázať tu v arene, takže som vďačný za to a som rád, ako to dopadlo.
You learned that Kinsel got injured, so you had a different last-minute opponent. Did you, even after what happened with Lengal, did you think that maybe you might want to cancel the match? The answer was no, definitely not. Anyone can get injured, so I completely understand that. It was all a question of resetting my mind to a new opponent. I also was watching my weight, and in the end I'm very thankful for the opponent for having taken this match, and I'm also thankful for the result.
Ještě poslední na Karola, ty jsi zmiňoval, že bys chtěl Barka, což tak nějak vypadlo, že nedopadne. Máš hlavě nějaký jiný jméno ještě?
Nemám vôbec žiadne iné meno, ja dúfam, že s tým Barkom to dopadne a neviem ani Ondro, čo povedal, že nejaká náhrada alebo niečo by mal niekde byť, ale ja si myslím, že 23.3. v Nemecku by to bol super zápas a iné meno nemám, len to a budem sa snažiť to dotiahnuť do úspešného konca.
Děkuji.
The question was, you wanted to fight Bark, but that might probably not happen. Do you have a different name in mind? The answer was, well, I hope the fight with Bark works out in the end. We will have to work that out. but definitely I want to fight on the 23rd of March in Germany, and I hope for the best result.
Any other questions? If not, thanks for your attention, and in a few minutes we will be back with promoters, with the new title champ, and also with the winner of this World Game Changer and other guys. Thanks a lot, and see you in a few minutes.
I want to fight everybody in the division. I'm not bothered. I'll fight any man, anywhere. Jonas is next.
I'm gonna beat you. If you're gonna be the face of UK MMA.
All you talk about is weight because you've got no skills, bud. The fight between Jonas and Jack is an absolutely massive one.
I've always had my eyes on him, and I've always known that I could beat him. That's the timing we have now.
The right hand again! The king is back!
When I'm the best version of myself, there's not a man on this planet that can beat me.
One shot, when I hit you, bro, your ass will ball.
Yeah, and I can wait.
Come on, bro. Pussy boy, let's go now, Jonas.
He said he wants to fight for a long time, but he could have fought me 3 years ago and didn't. He's a liar.
This man was born to fight for one of the most dangerous bantamweights on the planet.
I wanted to be the best fighter in the world. I'm a finisher.
And he's got it! Wow! Jack Cartwright!
All your team knows I smoked you.
You're smoking too much, bro.
This rivalry is real. You're skirting the villain, you're skirting all your little boys, I'll fucking bang you.
He hasn't knocked anybody out the last 4 years.
I'll be slinging from the hip, chin right up in the air, swinging for yours, bro.
That's hard.
So you know, he's got a punchable face.
Close your mouth when you chew, you fucking tramp. Well, I'll fucking do you, ain't any time.
I'm coming there too. Take his head off.
Pussy, Jonas! Go fuck yourself, man.
When I hit you that one clean time, you'll know you've made a mistake. I've warned you.
Octagon 52, Mågård versus Cartwright, January 27th in Newcastle. Tickets available at ticketmaster.com now.
som hovor...
Welcome on the post-fight conference after Octagon 51 in O2 Arena. We saw just a tremendous evening. Now we know the winner of the Tip Sport Game Changer. Big congratulations to Bojan Veličković, the first ever winner of the Tip Sport Game Changer. Big congrats, massive congrats, Bojan, to you. But also big thanks to his opponent, who was very tough and didn't make it easy for Bojan. We saw the great fight. There was 100 journalists from 8 countries, and maybe number that many people are curious about is how about registrations for the Eden Stadium. So far we have 15,000 people who registered on that website, which is crazy. We are super happy with your love and passion. We crazy guys, Octagon fans. And yeah, just big thanks to everyone who was part of this crazy night. Big thanks to Octagon team for a whole year, what they did and be able to organize all the events. It was definitely one of the most toughest years in the history of our company, and we are right here in this arena, happy and ready for the next year.
Yeah, okay. Congrats to the winners and all the respect for the guy who learned today, for the guys. About the registration to Octagon 58, it's the number in Eden. Before the fight, it was 6.5, and after the fight, the number increased on 2 times more, on 15, and now it's still growing. So even after Pirate unbelievable win, it's still coming more and more and more. So we are happy that this kind of déjà vu will be interesting again, as you know what I mean. And yeah, Tip Sport performance of the night. No big surprise tonight. Congratulations, my friend, Pirate Kristofic. First question. Yeah, sorry. Before the first question, Vlasto is not feeling really well, so he wants to stay with us just for a short amount of time. So if you want to say, jestli chceš Vlasto něco říct sám od sebe, tak máš slovo a... Jasné, můžeš po slovensky.
Ja poviem prvý, lebo budem musieť ísť do nemocnice, nemal som dobré výsledky a neodídem odtiaľto, kým aspoň sa nepoďakujem všetkým, čo ste prišli, podržali ste nás a svojim kamarátom, priateľom, rodine a trénerom, čo pre nás robia. Strašne som šťastný, že Pirát vypol Carlosa, nie ako že Carlosovi som prijal takú prehru, ale že to všetko, čo robil v príprave, mu to vyšlo. Naozaj som strašne šťastný, lebo neveril mu nikto. Ja sám som sa s kamošmi hádal, že naozaj to dokáže a vďaka Jankovi a ostatným jeho tímom, trénerom. A čo sa týka mňa, super bol lepší, gratulujem a neviem ani čo rozprávam už. Dostal som bitku, nie je to prvý ani posledný krát. Na ulici som stále neporazený a teraz idem do nemocnice na CT a vidíme sa možno na budúce. Ďakujem veľmi pekne všetkým, čo ste prišli.
Because I got beat up pretty bad, I will have to go to the hospital in a little bit, but I would first like to shortly thank everybody, thank all the audience, thank my friends, thank my family, and I'm incredibly happy that Pirate took down Carlos. I truly believed that he could do it. Tonight, my opponent was just better, and I got beat up pretty badly, so now I'll head off to have a CT scan. But yeah, I haven't been beat in the streets yet, so we'll see what the future brings.
Alberto Šortýsa se k Pirátovi dostanu s bonusem. Začnu s Bojanem, gratuluju k výhře. Nabízí se otázka, co udělá s tím balíkem peněz, ale spíš to otočím, jinak čeká ho svatba, tak jestli už řešili, jaká část té výhry vlastně půjde na svatbu.
Question for Bojan. You won the 300,000 euros, and I would like to ask, you're getting married soon, so what will you do and with the money, and will any of it go towards the wedding?
Some of the money will probably go towards the wedding, but I wasn't planning anything yet with the money until I have it on my bank account. Now that I will have it in a couple days or weeks, I can start thinking about that, and I don't know, I'll talk with my future wife about it. We both love animals very much. We're talking about having horses one day and goats, and I grew up on a farm with my grandparents, so definitely looking forward to get married first and start working towards building our home, building our family. That's something that kept me very motivated this year, and I'm happy that now I can start planning more about it and looking forward to that.
Yeah, I just want to add that if you will ask your wife what to do with the money, you need to start in the next year Tips for Game Changer in lightweight.
Thank you.
Přejdu na Piráta, klasická otázka, jestli už má v hlavě, co udělá s bonusem. Co uděláš s bonusem?
S bonusom čo urobím? Tak užijem si ho ja, moja dcerka, moja rodina, takže ideme teraz preč, trošku za teplom. Sme prebukovali vlastne dovolenku kvôli zápasiku, takže vieš, ak je to čím viac peniazy máš, tým viac minieš, takže minie sa to určite.
The question was, Samuel, what are you going to do with tonight's bonus that you won? And the answer was, I'll enjoy it with my daughter and my family. We're going to go on an exotic vacation because we had to postpone it because of my preparation.
A ještě na Piráta, ty jsi tak nějakého předvídal, že chceš to KO v prvním kole. Představilo si to, že to bude až takhle ikonický, že prostě Karlo se vypneš postoj a ten tam padne na zem, hotovej.
No, tak ja ne, že si to prajem, ja som hovoril, že to urobím. A takto sme trénovali. Trénovali sme veci, ako obránim ten takedown, ako ho donútim po tom takedowne ostať v tom mlynčeku. A ľudia sa ma pýtajú, že či som prekvapený, že som nevostával v mlynčeku, tak nie som prekvapený, pretože ja som ho k tomu donútil. A tam viem, že vedel som, že budem asi nebezpečnejší ako Carlos, keďže mi to je vlastné. A vedel som, že trafím, tak bude dobre pre mňa. Tak a vyšlo to úplne, proste niekedy tomu odveza všetko a vyjde to úplne naopak a dnes všetka tá robota úplne sadla jak na centimetr proste. Takže z toho mám najväčšiu radosť, že nielen to, že som vyhral, ale že všetko to sadlo tak, ako som si to vizualizoval tých 10 týždňov.
The question was, Samuel, were you surprised about how fast you were able to finish Carlos and about the fact that you were able to do so at all? And the answer was, well, I told you that I would do so, and I trained for exactly that. I trained for how to keep him in a knee check after a takedown, and I knew I was going to be the more dangerous fighter, and I knew that if I was going to make a hit, that he was going to take it pretty hard. And what I'm happiest about tonight is not the win, but that everything went according to plan.
Děkuji, já přijdu na Ondru, jenom urychlím to. Dneska jsme vlastně poprvé viděli otevření bodování, tak jaký to máš dojmy? Samozřejmě je brzo to hodnotit, ale nějaký jako první pocity.
Myslím, že z toho jsem zvědavý na názory kluků. Vždycky jsem se díval, jestli se dívají, nebo jestli to řeší. Přišlo mi, že vlastně ani moc ne, jakoby, ale jsem zvědavej. Ale z mýho pohledu to je atraktivní věc pro fanoušky, pro nás, pro komentátory, který to můžeme přenést prostě jakoby na ty lidi. A jsem s tím spokojený, skoro bych řekl až nadšenej, že bývá málo kdy z něčeho nadšenej. Ale tohle myslím, že je skvělá vlastně novinka a očekávám, že to budou dělat další, protože to přineslo jenom dobré věci. Nevšiml jsem si, že by to jako v jakoukoliv chvíli mělo nějakou negativní konotaci.
The question was, Andre, do you think going open scoring was a good idea? And the answer was, I'm really wondering what the guys are gonna say about it. I don't think they were really checking it in between the rounds too much, but I think it's an attractive feature to have for both the audience and the commentators. And I'm truly excited about it, which is not something I can say that much. And I think it's only brought positive things, no negatives about this.
Poslední dvě už to pošlu ještě na Ondru. Palo zmiňoval, že máte těch 15 000 registrací. Kolik máte ten seating nastavený nějaký jako maximální míře, kolik tam v Edenu může být fanoušků?
Dobrá otázka, na kterou ještě nemám odpověď, protože seating ještě nemám hotový.
A zhruba?
Nějak jsem se zakecal během Vánoc, ale myslím si, že jakože takhle, jeden seating mám, ale ten mi přijde nesmyslný a tam je přes 30. Ale ten mi přijde nesmyslný. Ale myslím si, že 27 by mohlo být komfortních a záleží na to, jak velkou budeme chtít udělat show okolo, což ti se bere strašně moc míst. A samozřejmě řešíme úplně upřímně vlastně jakoby ten setup uprostřed vlastně jakoby toho stadionu a ty výseče za těma věcma, za těma stojanama, které budou jako vlastně některé místa znevýhodňovat, řekněme. Ale 27 si myslím, že je jako taková reálná meta, která by se tam mohla vejít, plus minus třeba 3000, jo? Nevím, kam až to poženeme v rámci té show.
The question was, Andre, you've mentioned, or Pavel mentioned, that 15,000 people have registered for the fight. Is there any idea about as far as seating in total? The answer was 30,000 might be a reach, but maybe 27,000 or about as much. It depends on how big of a show we want to put on. And also about the setup of the stadium, of course, some of the seats will have limited view because of some of the features that we're planning. So 27K more or less should be about right.
A mám úplně poslední, jenom tady Robertovi, byť nerad přehřeju polívčičku. Dneska jste oznámili odvetu století. Nevím, jestli si pamatuješ tiskovku po OKTAGONu 15, kdy se vlastně zeptali, jestli to bude odveta století a ty jste jako tak odpálil, že to je jako špatný vtip. Tak jenom jak jste si dostali myšlenkovi, že nakonec to je odveta století?
No, většinou věcí, které odpálíš, se k tobě vrátí jako bumerang, že jo? Takže jsem vlastně za to rád a tak dlouho jsme vlastně jako si říkali, co s tím, až jsme vlastně jak na ten plakát dali tu ikonickou fotku, tu menší vlastně, aby to vlastně jako rezonovalo, aby si každý hned spojil tu emoci. Jo? A Palo vlastně jako to správně řekl, když jsme se o tom bavili, protože jsme hledali jako různý názvy a ve finále vlastně to je jako odveta století, že jo? Co si budeme říkat. Takže někdy to nejjednodušší je vlastně to nejlepší jakoby řešení a Palo v tom měl pravdu a nevím, ty jsi měl asi pravdu, jestli ty jsi to tehdy... Robert? Jo. OK, takže good call, Roberte.
Děkuju.
The question was, Andre, tonight the big fight was announced as the rematch of the century. When this idea was brought up at OKTAGON 15, you know, it was sort of shot down. So what do you say about that? And the answer was, these things kind of tend to come back around like a boomerang. And so we came back to the idea and we decided to use the iconic photo. Then we workshopped some names and this is what we ended up at.
Piráte, otázka na tebe, jak moc osobní to pro tebe bylo dneska?
No, bolo to pre mňa neosobný.
Můžeš to vysvětlit trošičku víc?
Tak ty myslíš, že trash talky, čo boli niekedy medzi nami.
Tak.
Keď som bol mladší a znemažoval ma Karol to, že som fejkový champ, keď som vyhral výzvu, tak som naozaj pocitoval voči nemu hnev a takú zášť v srdci, ale tak životom som si už, zase som dospel, narodila sa mi dcéra, dal som sa na nejaké učenie samurajské a budhovské a zistil som vlastne, že on niečo robí, ale v skutočnosti ja nevidím jeho, on nevidí mňa. Je to taký Miyamoto Musashi to povedal, že ja nevidím svojho supera a super nevidí mňa, čím myslel, že nevidíme to, čo sa odohráva vnútri. A vedel som, že keď ukázalo sa mi to s Kinsom, že tam som naozaj ten trash talk tak precítil a išiel som do toho zápasu s hnevom, s chuťou mu ubližiť. A úplne čo som mal natrénované, vlastne som nám vôbec neukázal. A celý tento život môj, ktorý ide, vlastne som teraz v takom boji, že mi ukazuje, že to zlo, zášť v srdci, to nerobí ani dobrým človekom, brzdí ťa v nejakom rozlete, v nejakých obzoroch a nie je to dobre držať v sebe. Takže treba to ego posunúť a opäť toto je dôkaz toho, že som to urobil, išiel som do toho neosobne a podal som jeden z najlepších výkonov svojej kariéry. Ne v tom, že som knokal Carlosa, ale v tom, že všetko som dokázal preniesť z tréningu do tej klietky.
The question was, Samuel, was this fight personal to you? And the answer was, it wasn't really personal. And if you're talking about the trash talk, of course, after Carlos's comments about some of my fights, I felt anger, but I've grown up since then, and I've had a daughter since then, and I've come to accept Buddhist ways. And of course, during my fight against Kinsel, there was some trash talk, and I went in with that angry mindset. But life has shown me that by being angry, you're not helping anybody, and you're not helping yourself become a better person. And so tonight, I went into it without it being personal, and I gave one of my top performances of my career. And I'm really glad that I was able to turn everything I trained for into actual performance tonight.
Attila to své vítězství nad Carlosem využil tak, že se vlastně dostal do světa reklam, stal se slavným, využil tu slávu. Umíš si představit sám sebe vlastně, že si takhle začneš svoje jméno budovat a...
Akože viem si to predstaviť, čak ja som celkovo, že považujem sa za takého akože showmana malého. Takže viem si to predstaviť v nejakých aspektoch, samozrejme musia to byť nejaké veci, čo sú mi vlastné a ktoré ako keby ma nejak vnútri vyvolajú vo mne nejaké dobrodružstvo alebo nejaké napätie alebo nejaký záujem o to. Nešiel by som asi do nejakých vecí, ktoré ani nesledujem, ani proste nemám nejak k ním vzťah. Ale keby prišla nejaká show, ku ktorej mám vzťah a ktorá ma baví a ktorú berem za nejaké dobrodružstvo určite, tak určite by som sa vedel otvoriť aj takejto stránke.
The question was, Samuel, Attila's fight with Carlos brought him fame. Is that something that you can imagine it bringing to you? Is it something that you imagine building up your name? And the answer was, yeah, I can definitely imagine that. I am a bit of a showman, but I definitely don't want to take part in anything that I don't find exciting or adventurous or that I wouldn't enjoy. But it is something that could happen.
Ondro, what knockout is more surprising, Attila's or Pirat's?
Honestly, definitely Pirat. Like, because Attila was Bellator champion and Pirat was after some losses, you know. So I think I was believed that that Pirat is capable definitely to beat Carlos. And if I believe that he's capable to do this, then I definitely believe that he can KO him. And he did everything perfect. So, like he said, after the fight, you always have to believe in yourself. And I was the guy who will always believe in Pirat.
Yeah, I would say both was kind of shocking, but I'm a big fan of whole Pirat's career. I'm with him since his amateur fights, and I'm very happy for his win. I was just very emotional when he performed the victory, but it was shocking.
For me, it's like, again, the same feelings, yeah? As much as I'm happy for Pirat, as much I'm sad for Carlos, like last time. That's why I said that the whole thing is completely deja vu, because last time when we did the fight of the century, Attila was the loser from Bratislava. Everybody says that he's too old, he don't have it, and he will lose, and it's gonna be boring fight, and blah blah blah, all these things. And now, and after that, Carlos was sitting here and saying like, what's gonna be with me? And now we are again in this situation, but it's a little bit different. And I believe that Attila is also happy for Pirat, but also he knows now that for the last fight in Carlos' career, that he will do crazy things to prepare himself, and that everybody now believes that for Attila will be easy. But we know that this story of MMA is never easy.
Thank you. Piotr, congrats, of course. Can you tell us more about your plans now, because the champ is injured and it's Patrick Kinsel, so is it obvious way for you to wait for him or to fight on another one?
Thank you for congrats. I have a plan, a little bit stand-up fight, and when it's kiedy będzie okazja? No i jeżeli wiedziałem, że obalę tą, w sensie jeżeli będzie okazja do obalenia, to zrobię i skończę tą walkę w parterze.
Věděl jsem, že když bude příležitost, tak to udělám a vyhraju vlastně jakoby ten zápas z té vrchní pozice na zemi. No.
Question for Piotr.
No, it's okay. Co będzie następny raz, czy będziesz czekać na, czy chciałeś bojovat z Patrykiem?
Okay. To zależy, jak długo Patryk będzie, jak będzie miał kontuzję, bo z tego co wiem, to ma tam oczodu pęknięty, więc no, życzę mu szybkiego powrotu do zdrowia. No chciałbym, nie wiem, no walczyć tutaj. Pirat dobrze się pokazał z dobrej strony, był mistrzem, więc też zasługuje na pewno na tę walkę. Teraz mocną walkę dał z Wemolą, wygrał. Czemu nie?
Yeah, so Piotr says that it depends how Patrick, how long he will be out of the cage, and if it's gonna be for a long time, then he wants to fight with Pirat because his fight was a really good one. But I can say that Patrick will be back pretty soon, so definitely next fight for Piotr is Patrick. And unify the title, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Because Patrick should be okay in the end of the March or April, so it's not so far away.
Marian Schuster, Deník Sport, eSport.cz. Pirat, do you fancy this fight against Piotr?
Akože chcel by som ho, ale viem, že Patrik bol šampión, prišiel to kvôli zraneniu, takže ja som sa bavil, kebyže to je dlhá pauza, tak samozrejme nebudeme nebude sa nám čakať do nekonečna, ale keď Ondro hovorí, že za chvíľku je späť, tak si myslím, že je to spravodlivé, aby proste naskočil do toho zápasu. Ale samozrejme ďakujem Pietrovi, že si na mňa takto spomenul, rád by som to prijal. Na druhú stranu sú nejaké veci v živote, ktoré treba ako nejak morálne odsúhlasiť, že sú správne.
The answer was, thank you, Piotr, for keeping me in your mind. But since Patrick Kinsel should be back in a couple months, I think it wouldn't be morally right for me to say that I would accept a fight with you. And I see you going against Patrick.
And Pirat, what is there for you in the future? Do you still want the rematch with Patrick Kinsel, which you've been talking about before the Štvanice fight?
No, určite by som zápas mám v očiach a určite by som ho prijal, ale tak teraz to je na mne, uvidíme, ako sa tá divízia v 84 bude vyvíjať, uvidíme, čo Ondrik mi povie, keď budeme si povídať a možno sú tam ešte nejaké, uvidíme, čo život prinesie, vieš, takže teraz povedať, čo bude, je ťažké.
The answer was definitely yes, but it depends on how the division keeps developing and what Ondra says. And I think it's too premature to say now what's going to happen in the future.
Question for promoters, both of you. Does it fulfill your expectations, the Tipsport game changer, meaning that you've wanted to make it the Champions League of MMA in Europe and bring all the attention from all Europe?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we are satisfied how it goes. We really spread the message of the whole thing, the whole tournament, to the European fans. We put a lot of effort with our team to bring it to all media. When it was Louis Glisman in Denmark, and I don't know, everywhere in Greece, Like even Andreas can tell you like how it's there, or Bojan, how many interviews they had to make in their countries. So I would say this is all like the signs of the effort that we did, how much fans are watching it, how many people join and start to watch this thing, and really, we believe that it's a beginning of the Champions League of European MMA. And this was the first year, and we cannot wait for the second one. We'll go even harder into that.
I have to ask how likely it is that Los and Keita will join the next Tipsport Game Changer.
We'll see. I don't want to say, because we are talking a lot, and we will see. I'm next week, 2nd of January, I will speak with manager.
And I will continue with you. Carlos Wemla isn't here. Do you have any information how is he healthy or physically?
No, not yet.
I wonder, how does this loss against Berat changes the dynamic of the fight against Attila, and can it make like Carlos even more hungrier fighter, more dangerous, as did the loss against Swicker to Attila?
Yeah, there's a similar situation like that time, and I was even speaking straight away after the fight. I hope Attila can say this. We were talking about that immediately, like what will happen now, how he see it, and there's one truth that we spoke about, and he said, I need to be careful to not underestimate him now, like because of what happened and everything. Like I need to stay super focused, because this could be the most dangerous thing for me, because he is a super tough fighter. He is crazy dangerous for me. And I think this is the situation we will maybe witness now, that many people will be underestimating Carlos. And like it was that time with Attila, it's really funny how it switched the situation right now. So it will be crazy journey towards that fight, but definitely we will see the two biggest heroes compete each other in the open air stadium with 27,000 people probably there. And yeah, so that's a big question mark ahead of us.
Question for Bojan. You've managed to become the first Game Changer champion. Congrats to that. Do you feel like rightful challenger for the title of organization of welterweight division?
That's something I was not really thinking about. Now that, well, first of all, thank you for congratulations. But yeah, like right now, I don't know. Promoters didn't say anything about what's happening with the title. Where's Kike Brito? He just disappeared. And also at the last post-fight conference, there was talking about David Kozma deserving to fight again for a title. So, and I, as this gentleman mentioned, I have a wedding in the preparation for May. This year I fought 4 times. I went through some really tough injuries. I had broken rib, broken foot, dislocated joint in my other foot. Now my tooth hurts. So I've been in a lot of pain this year. I think I'm definitely gonna take a few months off and not relax. I still work every day in the martial arts. I teach jiu-jitsu. I teach striking sometimes. So I'm gonna stay training, but I'm definitely not thinking about competition for at least 6 months until I get married and take that off of my plate. So.
And how's your chin now?
My chin is good, but yeah, I suffered a tooth pain this whole week, and a couple of people started noticing this week that my cheek swelled up today. So right now, after being punched few times, I'm definitely in a lot of pain. So thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Kamil Schreiber, Max MMA. Pirat, you had some tough results, but now you beat Carlos. Do you feel that you are now stronger than ever and ready to fight everyone?
Tak výhra mi vždy dodá, alebo každému asi dodá na tej seba dôvere viac. Takže akože aj po tých prehrách som našiel tú silu a išiel ďalej a veril v svoje schopnosti. Ináč by som nedokázal to, čo som dnes dokázal. Takže s odstupom od toho zápasu si nemyslím, že dneska som silnejší kvôli tomu, ale samozrejme po výhre tá seba dôvera a to utvrdenie toho, že stále na to mám a stále dokážem víťaziť vo veľkých zápasoch, je tu.
The answer was, of course, this sort of brings up your self-confidence, but I've also been able to bring myself up every time after a loss, and I don't think I'm stronger after tonight for that reason, but it is a good feeling.
This is probably the biggest win in your career, so how the celebrations will look like?
Asi áno, asi určite to môžeme zaradiť na najväčšiu, alebo za najväčšie víťazstvo mojej kariéry doterajšej. A ako to oslávim, tak máme naplánovaný Silvester u nás s najbližšími kamarátmi a rodinou, takže takto spolu nejak oslavíme, niečo si pojeme, zahráme si, ja neviem, možno nejakú hru, futbalík na telke a...
OKTAGON hru?
Neposlali ste mi.
Máme jenom jednu. Kozma ti ji nedoručil.
Tak, ale ako napríklad OKTAGON hru by som si skúsil, ale nemám.
Tvoji postavu teď musíme předělat, máš novou superschopnost. Nevím, dobrý keci možná.
The answer was, I guess you could count this my biggest win ever. And as far as how I'll celebrate, I have New Year's planned with my friends and my family, and we'll have some good food, play games, maybe some games on TV. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Octagon game. Maybe Cosma got lost while delivering it, so I can't play that. But Ondra said that maybe they'll have to rework the game now, that Pirate deserves a new superpower, with his old superpower being good talk.
Bojan, what a great win. Do you feel right now that you are number one in welter in Europe?
I don't. I think promoters were very specific about saying before the tournament that this tournament doesn't change the ranking in welterweight division. I do feel, however, very good about my performances this year, and I think winning this tournament means even more than having a title in Octagon. It definitely made me a lot more money than first title fight that I had with Cosma. So yeah, I'm definitely not complaining about that.
In the past, you had some thoughts about retirement. Is this win even stronger for you because of that?
I don't know. Yeah, I just feel really good about this fight, and I still have one more fight on my contract with Octagon, so not sure when that is gonna happen, and how winning this tournament will impact my future career. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the moment, and yeah, that's it.
Can you just stop the guy from the first row, please? I'm joking. First of all, to congratulate Bo in front of Serbian MMA Federation, and I want to ask promoters, are we going to expect Octagon in Belgrade in September next year?
It's an offer from you?
It is. We are here.
Look at how. If it's offer, then we can talk. Yeah, definitely Serbia is one of the countries what we love.
Yeah. Jednog dana, sigurno.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Já mám jenom rychlý doplnění, tady koukám na článek od MMA Fighting a píšou o Pirátovi, že by to mohlo být možný KO roku, takže KO už běží světem.
I just wanted to note that I just saw an article that said Pirates KO today could be KO of the year.
Next question, if there is any.
Ja, Julian Sabel, MOM.
Oh yeah. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Question just here. Obviously, it was mentioned earlier about the rematch with Vermola being announced for the summer tonight. Does his knockout loss potentially change that? And are you concerned that he might not be fit for that?
Not at all. It's going to be even more interesting now.
I was going to ask, does it make the fight slightly more interesting now? Because there's more pressure coming off a loss heading into the fight. Does it actually add something to the rematch?
No, actually it's more interesting, like we were talking about before, because the previous fight between him and Attila was in the same position. He get knocked out before the fight with Carlos. So like I said, it's kind of deja vu. History is repeating itself. And now it's Carlos in that position. So we believe that it's going to be even more fun.
And also just congratulations, Bojan, on the win. As this is actually for the two of you as promoters, how does it feel to potentially change someone's life with the prize money you guys offer?
I think it's not changing prize money. It's not. Yeah, it is? No, it's not. It's good money, but in the end, like it's really good money. I believe like it can help you, but it will definitely not change totally your life. It can help you to start something, to change your life. But for us, and especially for me, I'm the guy who always looking for small stories. Yeah, and with Bojan, I got the story that can I tell? Yeah. That we've been talking after Frankfurt and after his big loss in his family, and he was really sad and down, and he was maybe thinking even that he will end the career, and he was always chasing the dream to win something big, and then Tips for Game Changer rise up, and Bojan was immediately in, and he was like, yeah, this is something what I was chasing my whole life, and this is something what I want to win. And today to see him win, see his mother here, his girlfriend, fiance, all the team. They've been few days. I met them every time. They were like full of laugh, enjoying these things what should come. And he lost the first round almost badly. It was close to the TKO maybe, because referee was there. Andreas was, looking pretty cool. And then he won. It's unbelievable story, and I really like it. And I think this is the life-changing situation more than the money. And it just came with the hand. And and we really like this guy because he's unbelievable. And the same laugh and sadness I feel for Andreas, because other story is that his father bring him to the fighting sports. And his father was today here. And when Andreas lost and he was going to his corner, first person what he met with his eyes was his father. And I saw immediately after he lost, his father was like in big pain in his face. But once Andreas looked at him, his father immediately gave him the thumb, and in his eyes was like, I still love you, you are still my son, and it's unbelievable what you did. And I saw it in that Greek old face, and it was so touching me that I was almost cry for Andreas. So this is something what is changing my life also, these heroes to me, and I believe it changed their life also. So it's perfect, and that's why we did this Sport Game Changer. That's why I'll be so exciting about the new season.
Question for Samuel. Samuel, Carlos was getting a lot more cheers than you when you walked out, but you were getting more cheers after the fight for obvious reasons. Do you mind if it's cheers or boos? Do you like having the fans on your side, or do you not really care how they feel about you?
Dnes práve, že som bol s O2 milo prekvapený, pretože v tých predošlých 2 zápasoch, ktoré som si tu bol, tak to vôbec nebolo takto priateľské a dnes som aj počul skandovanie Pirát pred mojim vyhlásením, takže dnes si myslím, že hala bola na O2 pomerne dosť aj na mojej strane.
The answer was, I was actually pleasantly surprised walking out today into the O2 Arena because during my last fight, the audience was not nearly as friendly as they were today, and I could actually hear people shouting, "Pirate!" So it was much better than last time.
Question for Pirate. Congratulations on a fantastic performance tonight. The Pirate beat the Terminator, so that was amazing. Can you tell me a little bit about how this experience was with Carlos? Obviously, he's a superstar. He brings such a star quality to these events. What was it like being in the cage, waiting for him, listening to his music, and then going toe-to-toe with a legend and ultimately landing that knockout shot?
Tak potom, po tej výhre to bol to taký tobogán emócií, keď som vedel, či mám kričať, smiať sa, plakať. Strašne to bol taký tobogán tých emócií a naplnilo ma to šťastím, samozrejme. Tá robota sa odrazila, dalo mi to, alebo potvrdilo mi tú sebadôveru, stále viem vyhrávať veľké zápasy a toto je krásne, no.
Today was, of course, an emotional roller coaster after getting that win. I didn't know whether I wanted to scream or laugh or cry, and it filled me with other happiness knowing that I could still win big fights like this.
Fantastic question for Bojan. Before your fight, we talked all about your relationship with your father. What an amazing person he was, and while he's not here in the flesh anymore, he's still very much here spiritually. Can you tell me a little bit how proud he would have been watching that performance, the amazing thing you did tonight?
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know. Unfortunately, he's not here, so I just hope that he's somewhere out there really happy for me. Yeah.
Fantastic. And last one from me for the promoters. Obviously tonight, Bojan was crowned as the champion of the Tip Butts Games Changer. Next season, it could be Akon Wanlis, it could be Makwanamekani, it could be Ronald Paradisia. Is the history books roll on for this fantastic tournament? Do you think this is going to be a thing that goes on year in year and year and more champions are crowned in the Tip Spot Game Changer?
I mean, 100% sure. Yeah, that's the whole point and goal to create. Like I said, we are creating the Champions League of MMA in Europe, and this makes completely the sense to connect all the countries, all the great fighters from the European soil, put them all together, the best possible fighters in each weight class, and together with Tip Sport bring this amazing pyramid system, which what we saw this year, and write more stories and make whole Europe crazy about them, because these fighters, they deserve it. Like, it's still undiscovered, like they are still out there, but fans don't know about them in Europe, if you think about it. Like, so that's our goal, to develop the sport through this project in Europe and deliver and great shows and make from them a big stars on the level of football players or any other big sportsmen. So definitely this is something what we want to do and continue with it with Tip Sport.
Tak jestli last 5 questions. Můžu?
Obviously, we have a title fight in February between Dalista and Duette, or I think in Oberhausen. Is this the main event, or there are any bigger fights?
Sorry, one more time. What if it is?
The strawweight title fight between Dalista and Duette. Is this the main event for Oberhausen, or is there
Most
any?
likely. Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tak, smím?
Yeah.
Ondřej Němec, CNN Prima News. Máme tady vítěze Game Changera, ale s dovolením na Piráta. Řekl bych, že pro tebe OKTAGON vlastně je takový life changer. Přece jenom nastupoval si do výzvy a teď porazil si Carlose. Tak jenom jestli můžeš říct, co pro tebe vlastně OKTAGON znamená, jak se ti podepsal do života, a když se řekne OKTAGON, co tě napadne, tak jednoduše.
Tak je to taký môj domov, akože to sa nemusíme baviť. Mám tu, myslím, 22 zápasov už. Keď sa to spočíta s game changerami a s tou pyramídou a s boxerským zápasom, tak asi 20, 22. Čiže už to považujem za taký domov. Poznám tu všetkých ľudí, všetci tu ku mne milí, cítim sa tu veľmi dobre, takže som rád, že som mohol vlastne akoby začať s OKTAGONom, už vlastne v úvode, že už môj prvý zápas bol na OKTAGON 2 a že môžem byť súčasťou takéhoto projektu, ktorý dokázal už veľké veci po celej Európe, môžeme povedať aj svete, že bol teraz nominovaný v top 5 organizácií sveta. Takže sú to pre mňa obrovské veci a som rád, že som takou nejakou malou štipkou mohol aj ja tomu napomôcť a že som mohol byť toho súčasťou.
Jenom a já jen doplním, že v roku 2016 došel za nami Pirát, že zoberte ma, vtedy som mal takú rozbehnutú kariéru, zoberte ma do toho OKTAGONu, uvidíte, ako ja urobím show. A doručil.
Splnil. A ty si tehdy v roce 2019 na té tiskovce právě sdělil ten svůj příběh, jaký máš za sebou životní příběh, tak i s ohledem na tohle jsem se vlastně chtěl zeptat, když se za tím ohlédneš za těmi roky. Tak ne, tak nebudu tě v tom trápit. Ty jsi se tehdy svěřil fanouškům vlastně, že máš za sebou opravdu příběh z dětství a tak. A teď tady sedíme proti někomu, kdo porazil Bémolu a všechno se úplně mění. Tak jenom jak...
Aha, už rozumiem tomu. No tak jasné, že dojíma ma to veľmi, že z chlapca, ktorý možno, že nikto mu nedal akéby šance, prežil som si nepekné veci, nechcem sa nejak ľutovať, však sú ľudia, ktorí si prežili horšie veci, ale je to také, jak som dneska povedal vlastne s Ondrom po tom zápase, že nikdy sa nevzdávajte a nikdy nepochybujte o sebe, tak proste to platí. Tá tvrdá drina vás preniesie cez všetky tie zlé veci a na konci vyjde to slniečko.
Poslední můj dotaz na promotéry. Přece jenom 7. rok, končí to takhle, takovýmhle velkým šokem i v rámci toho turnaje. Tak co na to říkáte na těch 7 let, kdy vlastně vy jste teď proti sobě postavili jedno z trenérů a jedno ze soutěžících výzvy? Tak jenom takové hodnocení vzhledem k tomu konci roku.
Jsme spokojení, já myslím, že jsme nadšený, že to vlastně celá ta hlavní karta prostě od Paterno Surdu a i některé zápasy předtím, co předvedl Ruchy třeba s Kalumem a od Paterno Surdu, co předvedl Zavada, jak zavařil Škvorovi a pak tady ty 3 hlavní zápasy, jak jsme to pojmenovali, byly úplně neuvěřitelný a myslím si, že se nám daří to, co prostě, o čem jsme snili, dovíst to nejlepší možný prostě MMA těm československým klukům, těm československým fanouškům a začít prostě stavět ty nejlepší tu MMA ligu mistrů v Evropě prostě. A myslím, že každým dalším turnajem to jde víc a víc vidět, takže za mě jsme nadšený, jak to vypadá a kam se to posouvá.
The first question was, Pirate. OKTAGON has sort of been a life changer for you, first through the challenge, now through beating Carlos. So what does OKTAGON mean to you? The answer was, OKTAGON is my home. I've had about 20 to 22 fights all in all here, and I know everyone, and I feel good here. And I'm really glad that OKTAGON gave me a start. I was all the way at the beginning at OKTAGON 2, and I'm happy to be a part of an organization that is a European and now worldwide organization. It got nominated for the top 5 world MMA organizations, so I'm proud of that. And then there was a note from Bubble saying that in 2016, Pirate came to OKTAGON saying, please take me in, I'll give you the show that you're looking for. The second question was, in 2019, at a press conference, you told your childhood story. Could you look back at your years in OKTAGON? The answer was, it really makes me emotional. I went from a boy who nobody wanted to give a chance, who had to go through some rough patches, to somebody who didn't give up and really rose on the top. The third question was a question for the promoters. We've now wrapped up 7 years of Octagon. Can you please look back on those years and say something about them? The answer was, we are happy about how this tournament has gone. The main card, Paterno versus Surdu, Ruchi versus Callum, Zavada versus Shkor, and all the 3 main fights that we've talked about, they were really great fights that are to be proud of. And we are truly making our dreams come true, bringing Octagon to be an organization that is top, that brings top MMA show.
Okay, so last 2 questions.
Hello, I am Antonis Koulisoulou, You Fight Greece. First of all, congratulations to organization and the fighters for the amazing show. First questions, I make it quick for Andreas. Andrea, you seem to be in control of the fight after first round. What went wrong in the next 2 rounds?
Yeah, yeah, I was starting good in the first round. I was feeling buoyant. Everything was good. I find the distance, and I thought he gonna, I'm gonna finish him. And when I was hitting hard, I connect 1-2 times on the chin. He's very hard, very, how would say, like, very tough guy. He come back. Maybe I spent a lot of energy there. I did some mistakes also. I went for some submission. I should continue to ground and pound. So, I didn't see the video yet. I want to see it, and I just remember I have some pictures in my head. I think he seen some gaps in my takedown defense. I don't know, and he saw that I was weaker down, and he would take me down, and he finished me there. So yeah, congratulations to him. He was a very tough guy. What else? That's it.
Okay, I know that you are tired. You have covered with your answer the second question. I want, before I go to Bojan, I want to speak as a fan of you, and for the Greek audience also, that we are all very proud of you for your performance today. We have taken a lot of messages that they congratulate you.
Thank you, guys.
And I want to take a message, to say the message that Andreas Michailidis have bring a lot of kids in MMA in Greece.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, man.
Bojan, congratulations for the win of the tournament. First question. In the first round, you seem to keep your strength. Was that part of your game plan?
Well, I trained really hard, and I was getting ready for a tough 5 rounds. And I'm so blessed and so lucky to have these 2 great coaches with me. And when we actually arrived to arena, they told me something they didn't told me so far. They said, we have some feeling that Andres is going to go really hard in the first round, that he's going to take this fight like a 3-round fight and push the pace really hard. But I prepared for that. I was working really hard. I was training really hard. The Octagon preview, the run that I was doing twice a week in the hills of Colorado. First hill is the hardest one, and they told me that. They're like, first round as well as your hill, first hill is gonna be the hardest to climb. Once you climb to the first hill, we're good. Then we're in the game. And after the first round, when I went to corner, they said, you climbed the first hill. Now let's go out there and win this fight. So yeah, we made. I expected. We had a feeling. They had a feeling, and they told me that, and I was very focused, and I was waiting for him to go really hard in the first round. So that's it.
Did you feel in the first round that Andreas Michailidis is going to finish you?
Well, during the fight, a lot of things are going through your mind, and after a couple, as he said, he landed one or two really hard punches, and I felt them, and my face went down into the mat, and I was thinking like, okay, I can just quit now, and everything is gonna stop, and life is gonna be beautiful. But for some reason, I decided to keep fighting, and here we are. I had this baby next to me.
That is the message. Always keep fighting. Thank you very much. Last questions for the organization. First, are you satisfied with the whole tournament? Is it went as you had planned in your mind, or even better?
That's a complete question. We are very satisfied. It never goes as you planned, but it's even better. It's even better. Because like I don't mean the results. I mean the whole things. We always got a lot of things to care about. It never like 100% how we was dream about it. But the results are perfect. So very happy.
Okay. And last question: what is the secret behind the success of Octagon in Europe?
Our Octagon team and this guy. And this guy.
And this guy.
And that guy. Yeah. And you also.
And all of the guy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the show.
We bring to the sports all together, guys. So Happy New Year. Thank you very much that you've been here. All the fans, all the fighters. Good luck.
I want to fight everybody in the division. I'm not bothered. I'll fight any man, anywhere. Jonas is next.
I'm gonna beat you. If you're gonna be the face of UK MMA.
All you talk about is weight because you've got no skills, bud. The fight between Jonas and Jack is an absolutely massive one.
I've always had my eyes on him, and I've always known that I could beat him. That's the timing we have now.
The right hand again! The king is back!
When I'm the best version of myself, there's not a man on this planet that can beat me.
One shot, when I hit you, bro, your ass will walk.
Yeah, and I can wait.
Come on, bro. Let's see, boy. Let's go now, Jonas.
He said he wants to fight for a long time, but he could have fought me 3 years ago and didn't. He's a liar.
This man was born to fight for one of the most dangerous bantamweights on the planet.
I wanted to be the best fighter in the world. I'm a finisher.
And he's got it. Wow! Jack Cartwright! All your team knows I smoke you.
You're smoking too much, bro. This rivalry is real.
You're scaring him, the villain. You're scaring him, all your little boys. I'll fucking bang you.
He hasn't knocked anybody out the last 4 years.
I'll be slinging from the hip, chin right up in the air, swinging for yours, bro.
That's hot.
So he annoys me. He's got a punchable face.
Close your mouth when you chew, you fucking tramp. Well, I'll fucking do you, ain't any time.
I'm coming there too. Take his head off.
Pussy, Jonas. Go fuck yourself, man.
When I hit you that one clean time, you'll know you've made a mistake. I've warned you.
Octagon 52, Mågård versus Cartwright, January 27th in Newcastle. Tickets available at ticketmaster.com now.